everybody, and welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's D&D Time, episode 87. I am your dungeon master for this evening, Trust the Flump, aka Jeremy. And I've entitled this first adventure of the evening, Dwarf Problems, Lights Out. But before we dive into the adventure and start figuring out all that craziness, I'm going to take a minute to introduce our four wonderful characters this evening, which I think one of them is currently showing as incorrect. If I know that right, you're not playing Blumenthal, you're playing Greenie.
Yep.
So I'm gonna fix that. But let's start with our first player this evening. Returning character here in the land of D&D Time, a Goliath who towers over many of our other players here in these lands. Treetop, welcome back.
Hello, hello.
So, Treetop, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been to up over yonder where the grass and the snow has melted, and still have not found my clan yet. But eventually I will.
Well, have you found like tracks or any signs that maybe they've been through or something like that, or nothing yet?
Nothing at all. But eventually I will find them. I had to come back and recoup on my long trip.
I mean, that's fair enough. So Treetop, have you is that what you've just been doing? Just nonstop searching for your clan since your last adventure?
Yes, and I have not found them, and I'm starting to get a little disappointed.
Oh no. You're not giving up yet, right?
No.
You can do it, Treetop. I believe in you.
I will find them. It's just going to take some time. It's been quite a few years since I've been, taken away from them, and I'll just have to keep looking.
So is the Kingsguard having you back in the meantime just to do a little extra work, or is that why you're here with Bartholomew's company? Just to make a little coin while you're searching?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just making a little coin while I'm searching. Keep the food in my stomach and help out the small people.
I gotcha. Well, Treetop, welcome back, and hopefully you can earn a little bit of coin tonight. Thank you, of course, for joining us.
Yes, anytime.
Our next hero this evening is quite a bit smaller, not a towering Goliath like Treetop, but instead a small green Grung. Hello, Greenie. How are you?
I'm alright.
Greenie, you had a little frog in your throat at the beginning?
Yep, okay. Let's get those jokes out of the way.
Well, I mean, literally, I thought I saw you eating a little frog.
I don't eat frogs, that's like cannibalism.
Oh, maybe I'm just blind. I'm just a big head in the sky. Well, so Greenie,
well, if you're a big head, you'd have eyes.
I'm blind though. It's cloudy.
Alright.
Yeah. So Greenie, how have you been? It's been a long time since we've seen you.
Yeah. I've been alright.
Doing anything exciting or?
Eating frogs. I mean, turds. Turds. I eat turds.
Oh, I'm sorry. That must just be. I must just.
Yeah, you got it in my head now. No, I eat turds.
I see.
And running my tenement building.
Oh, that's good. I was gonna ask, does not knowing the difference between a frog and a toad make me a frog racist?
Yep.
Ah, shit. Well, I gotta work to get over that. But in the meantime, how's your tenement building?
Oh, it's good. I mean, they're all real obedient, so.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I enslave them.
Yeah.
So they do what I say. They clean it. They pay me rent to be enslaved and live there.
This sounds like the modern renting, how just renting an apartment works.
Some would call it indentured servitude, but,
that still seems pretty similar to what modern day renting is.
When you break their minds, it's really just slavery.
I'll have to think about this one, because I think by that definition, I might be enslaved in my apartment, because all I have to do, I have to pay money to live here and then clean it.
I've got good rates.
I'll catch up with you at the end of the night, Greenie. Maybe we can talk about something.
Okay.
These rates are awful. And of course, welcome back. I hope you have a great adventure.
Frogs and toad legs, ain't they? That taste like chicken.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear. Wait, do toads taste like chicken, Greenie?
That tastes like toads.
All right. Have you ever tasted chicken?
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
It tastes like toads.
Of course. Excellent. Thank you. Our next character this evening, Frostbyte. You may be the most powerful of the adventurers here in this little party. Frostbyte, of course, the spider Therian, big spider creature person. I'm sorry. What's the appropriate way for me to introduce you, Frostbyte?
You can just call me a Werespider. That's what most non-anthropes seem to refer to me as. So,
Snowball.
Snowball. Well, Frostbyte, how have you been since your last adventure? I heard your last adventure went a lot better than your first, right?
Indeed, it definitely went a lot better.
And have you been doing anything celebrating your most recent success, or just kind of hanging out?
I decided to treat myself to some frog.
Oh, you sure it wasn't toad?
I'm sure it wasn't toad.
I don't feel safe.
Chicken.
So I gotta okay, now you've got me interested. So Frostbyte, you are a humanoid spider, a werespider of sorts. I'm wondering, when you eat anything, it could be frogs, right? Or it could be chicken or anything. Do you like wrap it up in webs, inject it with venom, and then have it slowly dissolve and then drink it? Is that how you eat?
More or less.
Oh wow, that's really cool. I had no idea.
Yes, it's kind of like a meat smoothie.
Meat smoothie. You know, you should meet. I think Crixus is an adventurer, and I know you Chonkus also big fans of meat smoothies. Well, enough of that. Thank you, Frostbyte, for joining us. I wish you the best in tonight's adventure. And of course, last but certainly not least, and I forgot to mention, Frostbyte, roughly human-sized spider person. Just keep that in mind if you're not afraid. Our last adventure is about the size of Greenie, fairly short. Our little Bunnyfolk, Paladin. Hello. It's Tzi'jixk, right? Or is it Tzi'jixk?
Yes.
All right, Tzi'jixk, how are you?
Well, life. I thought life would. Things would have changed since I died so long ago, but especially after last week, people just want to keep killing each other, and
oh yeah, that's
and
like
I talked to Zuzip about things, and I thought things were better, and she's working to try and make the world a better place, and then there's me, and I'm thrown back into this, and I feel this power through my body. It's all so new, and I'm uncertain.
I see. And this power through your body. Tell me about it. Is this like a divine power? Is this an arcane power? Is this puberty? What do you think this is? If you had to guess.
I don't really know. I just know I was talking to someone after I died, but then I heard that old man in blue's voice, Bartholomew, and the voice called me back from this other one, and so I woke up, and it seems like I'm slowly recovering, and not just recovering but getting stronger. Maybe whatever voice I was speaking to is working through me as some sort of agent of change or retribution in the world, especially against that trash kingdom.
Wow, you know, for an adorable little Bunnyfolk, you just made a very frightening like face and gesture. Are you rubbing your little paws together?
That keeps them warm. I'm sorry, I can get cold easily.
Oh, it's okay. I understand.
Your pocket's pretty warm. Here, let me just warm up real quick. Oh, well, you have some cool stuff in your wallet.
Yeah, well,
you can have it back.
It's okay. I mean, I understand. No one takes Discover in this world, so like it's gonna do me any good.
I'll take Discover.
Oh shit, really? We really gotta talk after this, Greenie.
I'm telling you about them rates.
Cook rabbit like chicken.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. This guy's gonna eat all of us.
Treetop, please abstain from consuming the other party members. And Tzi'jixk, I got some bad news because
Uh-oh.
you were saying that you were hoping the world would change and that maybe people don't kill each other, but that's like 80% of what these adventures are. They're just people killing each other.
I
It's pretty
suppose I'll just
horrible
have
when
to
you really think
learn
about it.
and grow stronger. I'm used to death. No, I've been dead, and well, I
Mhm.
understand what Greenie and others were talking about. In fact, back in our pasture, Zuzip and the other Florins, they'd give us their dead, and we'd eat them because they're really tasty. And in exchange, we'd give the Florins our poop and our corpses when we died, so that they could grow.
You know, for anyone who's just a little off put by this, just for perspective, these are flower people and bunny folk, bunny rabbit people, just so you know.
I eat rabbits and flowers.
I don't know.
No.
But
What?
You monster.
Well, you know, let's deal with the monsters later, because for now you all need to jump on your adventures. So, as our adventure begins today, you all have made your way to Bartholomew's shop, where you have been informed of my cat is being a very big brat. You've been informed that an important dwarf up in the north requires your assistance. In fact, requires immediate aid from the soonest available adventuring party of Bartholomew. It is the king of the Silver Dwarves up on the up in the Silver Peaks in the north. And apparently, there's something going on with their city that requires some help immediately. So you've packed up your bags, you've started traveling. Bartholomew was able to teleport you most of the way there. And it's as you've been climbing up and around the big spiraling mountain that is the Silvered Peak. You've been having these kind of conversations, and I think you realize now that maybe a couple of you are a little frightened of Treetop, but I'm wondering, how do you all feel as you're kind of climbing up these snow-covered mountains? I mean, it's windy. The snow and cold bites at you. What are you all?
I love it.
So Treetop, you're just
I'm in
in
love.
your
This
element.
is my element, yes.
Excellent. I mean, you're so tall, the snow's only up to your like partway up your shins. To the rest of you, it's I guess to you, Greenie and Tzi'jixk, it's pretty deep. I mean, you're up to like your waist in snow.
yeah, I'm walking behind Treetop.
Oh, so just
It's like a
following the
plow.
path.
I don't like
Excellent.
it. It's cold. I'm from the jungle.
Mm-hmm. I'll carry you. I promise I won't eat you.
Well, this is better if I'm just behind you. Because you just sort of make a path on your windshield. This is great. So big.
All right.
I'll just hop along and shoot out from snow piles every once in a while ahead, 30 feet.
You just kind of boing, and there's just nothing for a while. Maybe your little ears are poking up out of the snow, and then boing, you reappear.
Yeah, I have to be small and have my fur and be all curled up for warmth. So I'll just leap out of the snow, kind of like a snowball, just bouncing along.
Excellent. And Frostbyte, I'm sure you're perfectly at home. You are being a sorcerer of ice, correct?
Correct.
So yeah, you have no issue at all up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
this is just another day for me.
So you've been walking for a short time, or actually a fairly long time, up around this kind of spiraling path, up and up and up the mountain, and you're getting pretty close to the peak. This is a pretty stereotypical mountain. Like, it's got a very defined, pointed peak to it. And as you're getting within a couple, maybe 1,000 feet, or no, probably less than 1,000, a couple hundred feet of like the peak area of the mountain, the path that's been winding around abruptly kind of levels out. You can see that the snow is fairly static on the ground before you, but you see built into the side of the mountaintop is a huge set of granite double doors. They reach almost 40 feet up the mountainside, and kind of flanking the doors on either side are these massive statues of dwarves carrying halberds. And in each of the statues, the mouth is kind of opened a little bit, and you see torchlight. Kind of looks like torches have been placed in the teeth. Like these are big dwarf-shaped stone watchtowers. And as you come along the top, you hear a voice call down, "Oi! Who goes there?"
Greenie!
Greenie, who?
We've come from Bartholomew's shop.
Ah, open the doors for him. Yeah. And you just hear a huge like shifting of gears and stone, and then a tiny little door pops open in the big double doors. And you see a dwarf standing on the other side. They wear gleaming silver plate armor and a kind of they have a helmet like in their hand under an arm. They wave out here. Hey, right over here, through this way.
Okay.
Yeah, you quickly rush over. Treetop, so there's huge granite doors, but they've opened like a small dwarf-sized door in the big door, so you have to like crouch to get through a little bit. But,
yeah, I kind of got stuck there. My war axe got me stuck in the middle of the door, and I'm pushing.
Yeah, like your shoulder and axe get kind of jammed. It's like, oh, whoops. You got to finagle a bit.
Wait a minute, I'll get this. Here I go. Okay, we're good. Why do you little people make such big things and have little doors?
Well, that's not really our concern right now, the dwarf says to you, and as he looks to all of you, you see before you what is probably the hollowed out peak of a mountain. Except it's pitch black. You can't see really anything beyond it except for like the little bit of torchlight that a couple other dwarves nearby are kind of letting out from their torches. And the dwarf is between you says, something unfortunate's happened. Up in the top, we have a stone, a large crystal called the Lightstone, but it seems to have gone out. It usually illuminates this entire, peak. Have any of you ever been here before?
Can't say I have.
Nope.
I am not familiar with this place.
This is the grand city of Ag, the city of silver. I am Claude. I'm one of the guards here. By the order of King Silverbeard, I have been authorized to pay you all to go up there and, get it figured out.
Okay.
Oh,
I need a torch.
We can give you a couple torches. There aren't a lot of folks getting around. To be frank, it's always so bright in here. It seems that, most people are kind of afraid of the dark.
The dark does not worry me.
Well, you try that when you're living in eternal light, and then you tell me you're not afraid of the dark.
The dark is super scary.
Thank you. Anyway, wait, you're going out in the dark. Anyway, so yes, we can give you all some torches. There's a bit of a, winding pathway that goes a little bit up around the edge of the city. But eventually you're going to need to start climbing to get to the center.
No problem.
Yeah, we can climb.
All right, good. It's been a few days and things are starting to get pretty bad here. I mean, just walking. No, none of the street cleaners are out. The alleyways are starting to smell quite bad.
What if
running out of
everyone
ale.
just use torches?
Well, if we're climbing, do you have a magician around? I'd like to get a rock and have them cast light on it so I can use both my hands to climb instead of one trying to hold a torch.
I'll see if we can find a magician around. I'm not sure. We're not particularly magically inclined here. And let's be frank, how many trees did you see climbing up here?
I saw a lot.
Yeah,
They were pretty far down the mountain.
Yeah, but I mean, you live here.
It was far away.
It's not that far.
We don't have that many torches because
I mean, it was like 100 feet down the mountain. You that lazy?
What if I slipped?
I mean, we didn't.
Oh.
And I'm a frog.
Okay, backup plan. If you fail to get the light screwed in, then you need to climb down the mountain and harvest us some wood for torches.
Okay. Do you get
All right.
paid?
Sure, I don't care.
So if we just went down there now.
No, you gotta try and fix the light first.
Alright.
Don't you do this to my adventure. If you want, you can go do that. It's fine. I'll just do something totally different.
No, we fixed the light.
You sure?
Yeah.
You want to climb down the mountain and cut down some trees instead?
No, I mean,
I'm sorry.
seems like, that's, you're gonna run out of wood.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all of you. I'm getting very stressed out.
Are you
I'm not
afraid
used to
of
being in
the
the
dark?
dark for so long. Yeah, I'm very afraid of the dark, alright?
So how do we turn this whatever on?
Wait a minute. You have dark vision.
He just kind of blinks at you. What?
So your race can see in the dark.
Well, that's a little generalizing. Us silver dwarves, we can't see in the dark.
Wow.
They spent too much time in the
What was
light.
that? There's something in the dark!
Oh,
He starts freaking out, like looking around. Shit. Oh, it's just a cat. Oh, okay. Oh, I was getting a little worried. Oh. Anyway, yeah, I'll see if I can find you a wizard. In the meantime, here, talk to Jeffer over here. Jeffer, see if you can help him out. And there's this other dwarf who's just kind of, he's like up against the wall. He's the one holding the torch, and he looks kind of frightened. Hey, I'm Jeffer. Is there any supplies I can get for you?
Did you lose the Y in your name?
Yeah, I lost it when I was young.
Alright.
So how do we turn the light on so you can see? What's is it a crystal, or do we build a big bonfire? What?
Well, last I heard, it was a large crystal, I thought. I mean, I've never been up there myself.
And it just went out?
Just abruptly, out of nowhere.
Not good. Alright, yeah, we need torches and climbing gear.
All right. And he kind of like, well, we kind of expected that, so there's a bunch of climbing gear right here, and we have 3 torches.
And all the money in your pockets.
I require.
Right. What do you need the money for?
It's, you know.
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
We gotta turn the light back on. Pay the electric bill.
Website says, I require no climbing gear nor torches.
I'll gather up all the climbing gear and carry it with me.
Do you have any cleaning supplies? You know, like mops and water, something like.
Well, the dwarf looks at you, Greenie, and says, "Oh, you think it's coin operated? Oh, all right." He takes like a big pouch of coins out of his pocket and puts it on one of the boxes next to the climbing gear. Yeah, it's just a big pouch of coins there now. What did you ask for, Tzi'jixk?
Cleaning supplies. You know, like rags, mops, brooms, water.
Yeah, we can get that. What do you think you need that for?
What if it's just really dirty? The smoke from torches and stuff floats up, and if the crystal's up, all that smoke could have clouded it. It might just need to be polished and shined. In fact, we could make it brighter than ever.
All right. He kind of goes and gets some stuff. Is that all you guys needed, or did you want more?
Treetop, can you please be a dear and bring up the janitorial supplies?
Yes, I can do that too. So I gather up everything, including the coin purse, and throw it in the back of my pack.
The coin purse had 111 silver pieces in it.
Oh man, I can buy a lot of poison with that.
God damn it. Alright, so yeah, you guys, you pack up the cleaning supplies. They get you a bucket and like a mop. The bucket is currently filled with water.
This is gonna be difficult.
They also were able to scout for you a couple of rags and a toothbrush. Weird they could only find one toothbrush.
I'll dump the water out and say that we can fill it back up with our water skins.
Okay, you pour the water on the ground. Oh, that was the last of the water.
Oh no!
You
Oh
gotta be
no!
quick.
I could have carried the bucket. Oh, what a waste!
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, I mean, it's easy for us. We can just go outside where there's the snow.
Yeah, that's true.
We got water skins. It should be enough.
Okay. So yeah, you start heading out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. There is a winding stone path that kind of goes around the inside of this cavern. Once again, this is like the hollowed out peak of a mountain that you're in currently. And you see faintly in your torchlight as you're starting to go up the kind of distant silhouettes of what looks like a city built inside of this huge cavern. But as you're walking up and up this winding path along the sides of the cavern, you're quickly finding that the city just disappears into the darkness to your right. And after 10 or 15 minutes, you figure you're probably pretty high up. It's been at a pretty steep grade for most of the walk. You see a few little pockets of light out in the town where probably other people have torches. But again, none of the buildings or anything are too visible. And after a little bit, you get to what seems like the end of this pathway. And you see that there is a bunch of like divots carved into the wall here that kind of slope up and then backwards toward the center of the cavern. This would be a pretty difficult climb. Every so often, there are little like bars jammed in there, almost like ladders, or think like monkey bars. And that's kind of where you're at right now. You don't see where the center or the top of the cavern is, because you can't really see very far.
A mountain obstacle course.
Oh, another obstacle course. Oh, okay.
Do you have a lot of experience with obstacle courses?
Yeah, I do. Hang on with that. Anyone here? We're not here to murder you. Please just let us go about our business.
We might enslave you.
We should probably tie a rope around each of us.
What are all of your passive perceptions?
11.
14.
14.
11, but I am wearing the shadow blindfold.
Ah, okay, so you have 60 feet of blind sight and then no other vision.
Yeah.
Excellent. So
beyond the 60 feet, it's just basically sound and smells.
So Treetop and Tzi'jixk, you hear like a shifting of rocks in response to Tzi'jixk you're calling out. And it's coming from like just like over the side of the cliff a little bit. It's like further down from where you are now. But
Hello.
Didn't anybody tell you screaming in a bad place is not a good idea?
It doesn't mean this is a bad place. There's people who are huddled here. They're afraid of the dark too. They may just want friends. I know I wanted friends when I was alone in the dark.
I mean, what are you going to be afraid of here, though, right? It's a city. What could be horrifying in here? There's no tables.
We also literally have a spider with us, and that takes care of a lot of people's concerns.
Screaming is always a bad idea. So, should we take this rope and tie it on everybody?
Yes.
Just
I
as,
do.
in case somebody falls, we can have them hanging on the rope. Just hope that I don't fall.
Yeah, if you fall, we dead.
okay.
So, shall we start up? We should let the spider go first and let him check the wall for loose rocks and stuff.
Spider guy, can you just sort of climb without any issue?
Yeah, I should be able to climb.
Well, this is great.
You say that as you see Frostbyte is standing like horizontally on the wall. Just no problem.
I'll follow him since he's got an extra arm he can hold the torch, so I can see where I'm putting my hand.
Excellent. Yeah, they weren't able to get you any magic torches or anything. Apparently, wizards very rare in dwarf society.
What about clerics?
I don't know. We don't know where they are. They gotta be somewhere else in the city. All right. So yeah,
These are silver dwarves. You have to remember that too.
That's true.
They're different. They're different from regular dwarves.
So y'all begin the climb, and into the darkness you go. So Frostbyte, you're the first one to kind of like to go ahead, and beyond that, there's Treetop, huge Goliath, just kind of like monkey barring your way across the like sloping edge of this cavern. Behind a rope tied around your waist, which is then tied to a very tiny Grung. So are you also monkey barring, or are you like climbing along the
I'm probably
handle?
climbing.
Excellent. And behind him yet, again, tied to by a rope, we see Tzi'jixk. Tzi'jixk, are you also kind of climbing like Greenie?
Yeah, I am proficient in athletics, and I do have bunny hop, so I can, get some momentum. I can, find some platforms to hang on to and land on if needed.
Yep. So you're just kind of like, you're climbing, and it's not easy, but you are seasoned or somewhat seasoned adventurers. A lot of you have a little experience, and so you don't have to roll any athletics or anything to just do the monkey bars basically along the roof. But at least not normally. You've climbed for maybe 5 minutes, and you're starting to get pretty tired. And I'm gonna need everyone to roll me a Constitution saving throw. As you're all just kind of like, ugh, except actually Frostbyte, who's just having no problems here, which is stupid. Actually, Frostbyte, I think you still need to roll, but you have advantage. I'll give you advantage on it.
So, saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Okay. So yeah, none of you are having any problems. You're keeping yourself good for 5 minutes. But a little while after that, there's only kind of one path of handholds. And Frostbyte, you see up ahead what looks like a weird, like, rock just kind of jutting down ahead of you. It's not quite a stalactite, but it's just a weird big rock formation jutting down from the path ahead of you. You notice when it's about 60 feet out. It's not like hidden or anything, it's just there. How big is it? It's pretty big. It's maybe like 7 feet wide and comparable, or probably like 5 or 6 feet wide and like 7 or 8 feet tall. Sizable. Directly in your path. Do you want to do anything?
I'm gonna tell my companions about it and ask them if they have any ideas.
Okay. The rest of you currently can't see it because it's just out of the torchlight. Unless you have dark vision. I don't know if any of you do, though.
Nope.
Oh my god. An adventure with only one character. And sorry, go ahead.
We're just hanging here, so we need to keep going.
Yeah.
Seems to be directly in your path.
Can we go around
It's not an issue for me, but the rest of you probably this will probably be a problem for the rest of you. So
Can we climb on top of it, around it? What can we do, Mr. Bug?
I weigh less than 40 pounds. Can you just carry me?
Yeah, I can carry you. Hop on my pack.
Boing.
Excellent.
Oh, damn it. I should have asked earlier.
You're getting tired.
You can hop on my pack too. I can carry you.
Alright.
So on one shoulder, there's the little rabbit folk. On the other shoulder, there's Greenie. And you actually have powerful build, don't you, as a feature on Treetop? So I don't even think you have disadvantage for carrying them. I think you could just do that like that because they're so small. Okay, so you're just gonna climb on up to it, whatever this thing is. Okay. As you get up over to it, it appears to just be a large rock that just is sticking down from the ceiling.
A purple.
Okay, it feels like a rock. But it's right, like, in the path here. Like, the handlebars come right up to it and then just kind of stop. It's like a not pointy stalactite.
Well, is it flat top?
Huh?
Or flat bottomed?
No, I mean, it still comes to, like, something of a point at the bottom, but it's, like, not sharp.
In our climbing gear, do we have rock picks?
You do? You want to try and break it? I mean, it's pretty huge.
Well,
Do we have pythons and hammers?
Yeah,
I
climb
think
it.
you do.
All right, then we can probably just rig.
Oh, I guess, I'm sorry, Greenie, you poked it?
Yeah.
It is cold to the touch, but feels kind of like rock.
Okay, then we can
What-
probably rig like some sort of use the pythons and rope to sort of rig something to allow them to essentially go around it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So are you going to try and nail some pythons into it, Frostbyte?
Yeah, and
Okay.
and I'm gonna use my webbing to link them together.
Okay.
You know, sort of create
Yeah.
something
Well,
that they can use to like go around it.
You find out very quickly you can't nail a python right into it as you do so, and the python just kind of bends. This appears
Is
to be
this
a
the crystal
giant-
by chance?
You don't know. Doesn't look much like a crystal to you, but it could be a really gross-looking crystal.
Is it metal?
Oh, maybe I was right. Maybe it's just covered with something. Quick, get some water in a rag and hold me up to it. I'll polish it off.
Okay. You start wiping at it. Can you go ahead and roll me a nature check, Greenie?
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
this-
You said Greenie.
That's fine. You can roll it too if you're both looking at it. It's good.
Well, there's a 20, and I got a 19 on a
This is a
20.
rock.
Yeah, Greenie, this is just a rock. These are some shitty pythons the dwarves gave you. And upon closer inspection, oh my god, these are shitty pythons. They're made of silver. Just
What?
solid chunks of
But-
silver.
Can
Well,
spider
but-
leave?
Well, but you do notice, Tzi'jixk, you're like looking at it, you're like wiping it, and nothing's coming off. And then there's like a slight shine as you're like polishing it, and you're like, oh, this is adamantine ore. Yeah, you ain't breaking this.
Alright, so screw the mission. We're just gonna take this. I think
mean,
we can
it's
get
just a
Bartholomew to
huge-
pay us 100 Bartholomew bucks for this. I mean,
Frostbite, can you make a web bridge so we can walk around it?
I don't think you have quite enough webbing for that, but you can easily make like a web little connection to help them try and get around if you wanted. It sounded like you were doing that anyway, right? Nope. I don't know if we lost Frostbite, but looks like we're good. Frostbite, you there, bud?
yeah. Oh yeah, sorry.
It's all good. So are you just making a little web connector along the outside anyway, just to help them get across?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if I can't do it in the
Yeah.
giant rock in the middle, can I do it along the like the wall?
Well, I figured you were just going around the big rock in the middle anyway.
Yeah,
You're pretty
yeah.
far out from the walls, which is terrifying. You're just kind of, for the rest of them, they're just kind of
Yeah, I mean,
dangling.
I'm more or less just trying to create like something that they can use to get around it.
Wait,
Okay.
is it? Are we on like at the ceiling?
Yeah, you're just kind of dangling from the
Is
ceiling
there?
by these.
Does it look like we could dislodge this?
No, it looks like it's pretty embedded here. You figured this might be why the python or the monkey bars just kind of stop.
I look at the web and say, will this hold my weight?
Looks like.
I mean,
Looks pretty sturdy.
you can send the smaller ones across first if you're that worried.
If I go, we're all going, so I might as well just grab it and
Oh
go.
no!
That's
All
really
right.
true.
Can you roll me an athletics check with advantage? They're using the web to help you out. Oh yeah. So Treetop, you have no problem. You kind of like wrap yourself partway around this big node of adamantine and kind of shuffle around it. You have the web to help you like climb up, and the monkey bars continue on the other side of this adamantine node. And yeah, you grab onto them and you're able to continue going.
Why did they not man this? And
Uh,
how did they get around it? They're dwarves. They're not even big.
However, after about 2 minutes of additional climbing past that node, you see what looks like a second huge adamantine node directly in your path ahead of you. At least that's what it looks like from 60 feet away when you first notice it, Frostbyte.
Why wouldn't they just build the monkey bars around it?
Because they're dwarves.
That is a good question.
Why did they build such big things and they're so little?
They're stupid.
Why did they use monkey bars to get to their important source of light? Shrug emoji.
I hear adamantine's really good at destroying trash, and it's really good at breaking things.
Yeah,
Do you
stuff's
have any
practically
adamantine on you?
unbreakable.
I didn't hear that.
I said, do you have any adamantine on you?
Some of the dust, I guess, from cleaning it. But we have a job to do first.
Yeah.
That first, and then vengeance later.
So as y'all
Yes.
are just having this conversation, are you still like monkey barring toward the second node?
Oh, yes.
Okay. When you get within 30 feet of it, it starts to move.
Oh, no.
And
Oh.
you see, it looked like just a big chunk of stone hanging down from the ceiling, but you see it unfurl, and you see a giant bat hanging from the monkey bars, and the bat,
Oh.
like, hisses at you. And I need all of you to roll for initiative as the giant bat hangs before you. The giant bat got a 20. Oh, damn.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty. Who are we missing? Oh no!
Oh, bro.
Alright. Tzi'jixk, it's your move. There's a giant bat about 30 feet ahead of you, hanging from the bars directly in your path. And it looks angry.
It looks angry, but it hasn't. It didn't detach, or it's not clawing or anything.
Looks
It's just
like it's about to detach and come at you.
very well then. I will look at it, and I will use actually not for a smite. I will actually cast a spell as a paladin, lay gasp. I will use Compel Duel.
Oh, what does this do?
You attempt to compel a creature into a duel. One creature that you can see within range must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand. This is me trying to, be social. For the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you, and you must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move. And it must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from you. If it succeeds on the saving throw, the spell doesn't restrict the target's movement for that turn. And if I attack any other creature, the spell will end.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll a saving throw. It gets an 11. Is that going to fail?
My spell save DC is 12.
Excellent. The giant bat is compelled to battle you as it cries out in anger. And we move to the bats. Oh, is there anything else you'd like to do? Tzi'jixk, currently you're hanging on to Treetop's shoulder.
I don't want to fight you, but we don't want to fight you, but I will if it's necessary. Just please go away so we can keep moving. It doesn't have to come to anything tragic.
Okay. The bat's going to throw a wisdom saving throw to try and move away. It gets a 16. All right, so it succeeds on your saving throw. It flies out of your sight and then comes rocketing back toward you with a horrible, bat echolocation screech. And this giant bat, which this creature is pretty tall. It's about 7 feet tall, and with its wings, spread out, it'd probably be a good 10 feet wide. It comes screeching in, bat claws or bat fangs at its front, and attacks you, Treetop, as you are the big target there. What is your armor class?
My armor class is 13.
Alrighty. It gets an 11 because of its disadvantage. So it's going to miss you with its bite as it tries to streak out of the darkness and attack you. And then it goes to whoosh by you, which does provoke an opportunity attack from the three of you, if you'd like to try and take one.
I can't do nothing right now.
Yeah, your arms are kind of busy at the moment, Treetop hanging.
Well, I'll let Tzi'jixk try and spell again, see if we can get it to work, so I won't.
Okay. And, Tzi'jixk, would you like to make your opportunity attack, or are you just gonna let it roll?
Could I make an opportunity attack to try and grab onto it?
You
so I can.
Could.
It's like
Sure,
3
I'd
times
allow it.
larger than me.
Yeah, I'd allow it.
Just strength or athletics?
Yes, it'd be strength athletic. Alrighty. Well, so you're hanging on to it as it flies off into the darkness.
Oh no, the rope!
Yeah, the rope is still on.
Oh no! Oh boy. In this case, that's very funny now. So you grab onto it. Tzi'jixk, woo! It goes. Actually, we need something else for this. Wait a minute. Where is the? Well, I'll worry about that. I'll worry about the dumb music later.
Yeah.
You guys go. I guess Treetop, can you roll me a Constitution saving throw? Contested by this thing's athletics. Oh no. Treetop, you come flying off with it. Oh no. This is gonna get bad.
No. It would be because Tzi'jixk is in the back, so it's me. Then because I'm in the middle.
I'm sorry, you're right, and it should be strength, not Constitution. Greenie, can you roll me a strength saving throw?
Oh yeah, I got this.
Oh wow, you actually do. You actually do. Never mind. So it happens. Treetop, you're still good. You're still hanging on there. And Greenie, you wrap your little frog legs around one of the little monkey bars, and just you're kind of being a little bit. And the bat is just jolts to a stop. Can you roll me 2d6?
Okay.
You're gonna take half of that, and bat will take the full of that. All right, so you take 3, and the bat takes 6 points of damage. We move to your turn, Greenie. You can feel your body being kind of almost pulled apart a little bit by this rope.
Okay. All right, so I'm in the middle. And how far behind me is the bat, or how far away?
The bat is about 15 feet away. It's actually visible because of the rope. I forgot completely about it.
Be careful, if you attack it, the enchantment will end. Let me fly it away and keep making progress. Woo!
Okay, well then I'm gonna cut the rope.
No, you cut the rope.
I cut Tzi'jixk away because that's the only way this is gonna work.
Okay, so you cut Tzi'jixk free, and Tzi'jixk, You are now free hanging onto this this bat, and the bat's just freaking out, kind of like spinning around in the air because it was abruptly stopped and now it's cut free. So you're starting to fall. I can go to the next in the initiative order.
Well, I'm gonna make sure I'm back up on Treetop's shoulder. So.
Yeah, you're able to do so, no problem. You
Yeah.
climb back onto Treetop's shoulders. All right, Treetop, it's your turn. You see the bat beginning to plummet with your friend on it, and they're no longer attached by the rope.
Okay, so
They wanted this. Keep moving.
can we get around this rock?
There's no more rock. Sorry, that what you thought was a rock was actually the giant bat hanging from one of the
Okay.
yeah.
So there's still monkey bars ahead of us, right?
Yes, there is.
I'm gonna start moving.
Gonna monkey around.
Yep, forward.
Okay.
As fast as I can.
All right, you monkey bar ahead, and oh jeez. So I guess Tzi'jixk, you disappear into the darkness beyond. Frostbyte, it's your turn. You can still see Tzi'jixk beginning to plummet on the giant bat as the rest of the party climbs away into the darkness. What would you like to do? Frostbyte?
So,
This went crazy, folks.
yeah. Is the bat even within my range right now, or
Yeah.
like within that 60 foot?
Yeah, it's 60 feet away. It's about 30 feet away, actually, right now.
All right. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to use Selmax Snowball Swarm on it.
Okay.
Just, just pelt it with snowballs.
I will... Yeah, actually, that's fine. So go ahead and pelt it with some snowballs.
Well, it will end the spell. That is all.
That's true. It would end the other Tzi'jixk's spell. Do you still want to do that?
Would it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it ends Compelled Duel.
Can you shoot a web towards our partner?
I think it's
that's
as
on
long as
top
you
of it?
damage it, right? If you
Damage or
it-
casts a harmful spell. So I guess that would be up to you on what is harmful.
Yeah.
Then
Well-
instead, I don't know, because
Well, it's up to you. If you want to cast it, you can cast it. Just
yeah.
If not, that's fine.
I'm not
You
gonna
can just
cast
follow
it
the
then.
rest.
I'm gonna.
Can you shoot a
I
web
wish
towards our...
I wish there was water nearby, because then I could use shape water.
If only we had a bucket of water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the frog could climb in my pack and pull out my water skin.
Well,
That's
Frostbyte,
true.
for now, we're just going to assume that you're following the rest of
I'm just gonna book it out of there.
Okay, you know it. All right, we're back
Yeah.
to the top of the initiative. Tzi'jixk, you're on a bat that is beginning to fall. It might be able to regain its balance, but it also might just plummet for a bit.
I would like to use my my whip, sort of use it as a like a bit and bridle for a horse, kind of like sling it in the thing's mouth as I'm sitting on like the tuft behind its head, and I want
Okay.
to try and like ride this thing down and control its fall.
Okay. Can you roll me a... I think that would probably be an animal handling check, but I could also see like intimidation or just like strength or something, or athletics or something being like appropriate for this. So you can roll me your choice of the three.
I have a +2 in all of them, so
Or if you have proficiency with air vehicles, that would also be acceptable.
no, but I do have proficiency with playing the game cornhole. Would this count as throwing a beanbag through a narrow?
Don't quite think so.
All
It's
right,
a good
well,
shot though. Good try.
all right. Well then, if it's all the same to be thematic, I suppose animal handling. I'm a rabbit. It's a bat. Maybe I can somehow get kind of a mojo with it. I will use my inspiration on this if that's fine.
Absolutely. You burn that inspiration point I gave you. Go ahead. All right, a 16. So, the rest of you see. Well, I guess you don't really see. You just hear Tzi'jixk fly off into the darkness with this, the bat plummeting down toward the earth. This is the last thing that you all see, for now. The rest of you, however, continue climbing along your monkey bars, and eventually get to a point where the monkey bars let out a little bit. And you land on like a platform that's clearly suspended from the ceiling here. In this cavern, this huge hollowed out peak of a mountain. And as you kind of let down from the monkey bars and stretch a little bit, can the three of you roll me a Constitution saves again? Again, Frostbyte, you have advantage because you're spider climb.
Do I have advantage because I was just riding on
No,
someone?
you don't have to roll.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So both of you are fine. No exhaustion or anything of the sort. And as you kind of stretch a little bit, you look ahead of you, and in barely glimmering and visible in the torchlight, you see what looks like a gigantic yellow crystal, or a gigantic white crystal, just kind of embedded in the stone platform ahead of you.
That might be their light source.
Probably.
So let's go towards it and see if we can get it turned on somehow.
Yeah, you walk right up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you approach, you see a huge. Well, first of all, you can feel a little like wind here, and you don't know where it's coming from, but it's got to be coming from like further up in the cavern. It still goes a little bit higher. And yeah, you see this huge crystal. You walk right up to it. It's just sitting there, sticking out of what looks like a big metal circular thing on the ground. Some sort of hole, basically, a big circular hole in the ground. And this crystal's just kind of sticking out of it. No light or anything.
I touch it.
Okay. You touch it?
Mm.
Just like a light touch, or you like punching it or shaking it?
Poke it.
You poke it, nothing happens. It
I hit
doesn't
it.
really budge. Okay, you hit it, it jiggles a little bit.
Okay, let's not do that. Wait a minute, white crystal. In a metal. I spin it.
Okay. You hear like a creaking sound, and it kind of like comes up a little bit. And you can see that there's a big metal like contraption that screws into the big metal contraption on the ground.
Alright, so we need to find the other white crystal. There's gotta be someone around here, and unscrew this one and screw this one back. Screw the new one in.
So you saying
do you see another crystal around here?
No, but I don't think this. I think this one blew. So
So you saying
we
that,
need to change it.
this crystal can be unscrewed, so I will attempt to unscrew it.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, this crystal's like 8 feet tall and probably 4 feet wide. Huge.
I'm gonna
crystal.
go ahead and help him with that.
Yeah. I was gonna say you need more. Even as strong as Treetop is, a hand is like it's just the bulkiness of it. But yeah, you two.
But it's
together
pretty
are able
light,
to-
right? Like surprisingly light.
shockingly light. And yeah, you're able to unscrew it. There's this weird, again, like metal twisty part at the bottom. And as you kind of get it out and you lift it up, it's again surprisingly light. You hear like a weird, like jingling, almost like weird, crappy bells on the inside of it.
Oh yeah, this is dead. This one's dead. We gotta just.
So
one.
you've seen crystals like this before.
Oh
so
yeah, I got them all over
Greenie.
my tenements. Yeah.
All right. So now we got it down. We have to find another one. So where would another one be? Up the hall here or something?
I guess.
Yeah, you're looking around and there is like a big door, like just right in this area.
Well, I will walk up to the door and see if I can get it open.
Yeah, you open the door, and as soon as you do, there's a horrible like sound, and you see a terrifying creature immediately behind the door. It has these huge hooks for arms, a big, crooked yellow beak. Its skin is taut like leather and a deep, rich purple, and it has a crazy, like, red-colored shell on its back, and it lets out another horrible scream, and it's big. It's like 10 feet tall right on the other side of the door.
Oh no, a horror hook.
And I need you to all roll for initiative. Tzi'jixk, you can also roll for initiative. All right, as this horror hook, as Greenie has called it. All right, so we got Greenie. Oh wow, you guys are vast. Holy moly. Frostbyte, Treetop, Tzi'jixk, and let me actually get the hook horror. I mean horror hook. Wow.
Do we get surprised on it?
No. Actually, it gets a surprise on you, as it was just hanging out there.
Yeah, but we didn't expect the door to open.
Yes, it has.
What a
it
jerk.
does not have tremor sense. Actually, you know what? I think you're actually good. It does not have a surprise. I thought it had tremor sense. All right, and yes, Treetop, you see behind it, there appears to be just a whole bunch of these huge white crystals in this chamber. Beyond, like maybe 7 or 8 of them. And yeah, it's your turn. What do you want to do? Actually, wait, whose turn is it? Greenie, it's your turn.
I'll stab it.
All right, you run right up to this horrible hooked creature.
Yep.
Each of its arms are giant yellow barbed hooks. Okay, Go ahead.
And I'll stab it.
Okay. You run forward, and yeah, you hit it. For what?
Well, 6 plus, and then, you know what? Let's throw a little bit of this on it too. Oh,
What's that?
a smite.
Wait, you're a paladin?
Yeah.
Holy jeez, I had no idea. That's right. You're a conquest paladin. All right.
Well, not yet.
You're gonna be. Right. All right. You stab forth with your rapier, Greenie, little frog that you are. You stab it in like the leg. There's a brief like of light. And yep, it takes 9 points of damage. All right. Our next in the initiative is Frostbyte. What would you like to do? You see this hook horror maybe 30 feet away from you where your allies are.
I'm gonna throw snowballs at it.
All right, go ahead. All right, you whip snowballs at it. It's gonna roll a dexterity save. It gets a 9, so it's gonna take the full 8 damage.
Yep.
And you smash 2 of the light bulbs that were behind it. I'm sorry, crystals that are in the room behind it are shattered by your snowballs.
No, don't explain the bit.
Those crystals aren't very strong, are they?
Crystals. Yeah, and apparently they're really fragile. What would you like to? Is there anything else you want to do, Treetop? Frostbyte?
Not right now.
Okay, Treetop. You see directly in front of you a giant hooked beast, or a giant hooked horror, something.
Since it scared me and I had a little gas bubble come out behind me, I go into a rage.
Understandable.
And then item into action, grab my great axe, and how far away is it?
It's like right in front of you. You opened the door and it's like, ah! I was like waiting for you.
And I'm gonna take a swing at it.
Okay. Alrighty, 14 just barely misses. Your great axe clatters against its armor. It's kind of like armored body, and unfortunately does not really connect. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Treetop? You want to move or just hanging out still?
I'm going to just stay there and look at it in its eye and prepare for my next swing.
Excellent. Tzi'jixk, you've been flying on this bat for about 5 minutes. You're finally getting the hang of it, and you see a flash of light up in the sky up ahead of you, presumably where your allies are. What would you like to do?
Is there at least a neutral relationship between me and the bat? Have I kind of gotten used to guiding it around, or at least, kind of nudging in one direction and it'll fly?
you think you have pretty good control over it at this point. You're not sure if you could make it like attack or anything. You didn't roll that well, but you can definitely like guide it while you're on it. And it might not fly away as soon as you get off it. You don't know.
All right. Well, it's the uncertain. I want to be a positive person. I wish to instill some positive energy in this, my impromptu mount. And what I would like to do, here, Paladin's casting spells again. I would actually like to cast Heroism on this bat in order to bolster it, to make it brave and provide it temporary hit points. And I would like to try and nudge it to fly upwards towards the light.
All right, it
with
rockets
this act of
up
friendship.
toward the light. Absolutely, it rockets up toward the light, and you come out onto this big platform. The bat kind of like is still flying there a little bit, but yeah, you can see that there's a giant hooked insect monster that is battling your ally, and your bat feels particularly heroic. That was your movement. Is there anything else you'd like to do, though? I'm sorry, that was the bat's movement. Would you like to jump off, or are you going to stay on the bat for now?
I'm going to stay on the... I will stay on the bat for now. However, is it 10... How close are we? Am I 10 feet away from this thing?
You can get to be about 10 feet away from it if you want. The bat's very fast.
Sure. I'd like to do that, and then with a flick of my wrist, I will... Because I was using that whip as kind of like the reins on this thing. With a flick of the wrist, I will... I'll take my whip, and from this bat's back, I will whip at thee. And I will try to subdue this monster that's attacking my friends.
Okay. Well, I think you actually used an action for the heroism.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I'm sorry.
So maybe that's the next move.
It was one of my other spells that was a bonus action. Never mind.
Yep.
All right. Well, then I will just shout out words of encouragement and support. As here I am. I'm sort of in my bat plane, kind of hovering in front of the full moon, instilling fear in the hearts of my enemies.
Oh, the bat's back!
Yeehaw!
The hook horror makes a horrible, like, screeching, clicking sound and swings with its big hooks. Treetop coming at you. Well, with one of them. Probably the other one's going to Greenie. So we'll start with that you, Treetop. It rolls an 8.
And it misses.
Missing with its hook. And it'll swing with its second hook at you, Greenie. And it gets a 10. Wow. Unfortunate rolls for the hook horror. The hooks ching click onto the stonework, and it screeches again and kind of moves forward threateningly. At the top of the initiative, Greenie, it's your move.
I stab it.
All right.
I miss.
That's true. Your rapier, patooing, it like bends kind of comically. All right. Do you want to move or anything, Greenie? Or you just stay in there?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Frostbyte. You see the giant bat with Tzi'jixk in tow has arrived.
I'm going to cast a level 2 magic missile at the hook.
All right. Oh, damn. All right. That can't miss. You conjure forth your arcane powers, and I imagine from like each of your hands, a different missile flies out because you have 4 arms.
Yep. So.
Excellent.
Yeah.
How much total damage is that? That's 13?
Yep.
Yeah, 13.
Pretty good. All right, the missile is
better than the 2d6 plus 2 from
It
the
happens
snowballs.
sometimes. It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
But the missiles slam into the hook horror. It screams out in agony. Still seems to be doing pretty well, though. I mean, this is a big, beefy monster. Would you like to move at all, Frostbyte? You're just kind of standing in the open, but you have your whole allied team ahead of you.
I'm fine where I am.
All right. Treetop, your move.
Yell, yeah. With a big battle cry, I'm going to take another swing at it.
Alrighty. Would you like to attack recklessly, or are you just regular swinging?
Just regular swinging.
All right.
And I miss.
Unfortunately,
it's the
yeah.
dodging and the swifting. I just can't get a beat on it.
Exactly. It's wavering back and forth with its hooks, waiting to strike at you, and you're trying to swing without getting your axe caught up in one of those hooks. It could be hard to get it back, you think. All right, you swing angrily, Tzi'jixk, Treetop, but no connection. Tzi'jixk, it's your move again. What would you like to do? You're currently hanging out on the bat, and you can see the hook horror ahead of you.
All right. I would like to.
You can try and command the bat to do things if you would like.
Could I try to initiate a grapple with the hook horror using my whip? Could I like wrap around it and then?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Okay, no, that's fine. So what I would like, this bat clearly needs a friend. It needs motivation. I've instilled some heroism in it, and I think it's time for some jolly cooperation. As we are attempting to be grossly incandescent with this quest, I would like to urge the bat forward and to see. Is this on a narrow ledge that we're fighting, or what?
No, you're on a pretty flat platform at this point.
No, that's fine. Then can I have the bat move over, and perhaps the bat can try and grapple the hooked horror? And this is a large bat, isn't it?
Yes, it's a large creature.
And the hooked horror is also large, or is it medium?
It's large. It should be grappleable.
Okay, I would like to have it grapple and then see if we can't drag it off the ledge.
All right, can you roll me an animal handling check with advantage? As you're coaxing the bat forward, you're like, buddy, you can do it. And the bat's just like, yeah, okay. So can you now roll me a d20 plus 2 for the bat? And I will roll for the hook horror. The hook horror gets a 5. Oh, boy. Oh, man. So the bat screams forward past you guys and grabs onto the hooked horror and begins to drag it toward the side of the ledge. The hook horror is like screaming. It's not quite to the edge yet, but it's pretty close. Maybe 5 feet from the ledge at this point. And it is currently grappled by the bat.
Everyone, just push it, rush it, push it.
The hook horror is going to go now. It's going to start its turn swinging wildly at the bat. Gets a 17 and an 18. Which... I'm trying to do some... Okay. The bat is unfortunately unconscious after that. Whoopsies. I have to roll initiative again. The bat gets slashed twice by these hook horror's claws and falls unconscious. You tumble onto the ground, Tzi'jixk.
Is that with the temporary hit points?
Oh, how many temp hit points, actually?
Let's see. Gains temp hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns. I cast off charisma. So it's 2. I don't know if that could make her.
Yeah. Had you dealt damage to the bat before?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I think someone had hurt the bat.
It got hurt pulling me.
Yeah. Oh, it took 6 damage from that. Yeah, right.
Yep.
Unfortunately, no. The bat is still unconscious.
Okay.
I don't know. Does your heroism still stay, or does it go away once the creature falls unconscious?
Checking.
Wow, looks like it just keeps going. Holy shit.
Because it's off of me, so...
That's a much more powerful ability than I thought. All right, so the bat is currently unconscious. Greenie, it's your move. Currently the hook horror is free, but only about 5 feet from the ledge.
I'm gonna try and push it.
Oh, you leap forward. Okay.
Kill it.
Go ahead and make your kick.
This is athletics, right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How does this work? Hold on. I might be able to do this without needing to do that.
But is it as cool if you do it without needing to do that?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's cooler. I cast Thunder Smite and attempt to stab it.
Oh, heck yeah, that is cooler. Apparently, hook horrors speak the language hook horror, by the way. I didn't know that was a language.
The tippy top.
Go ahead and make your attack, Greenie, as you rush forward with Thunder Smite.
That's
you
not
gotta
how
hit.
that works.
You gotta hit first.
Oh no.
14 will hit. Oh no, it won't.
No.
Right. Yeah, no. It misses by 1. You swing and do not connect. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Greenie? You're right up near the hook horror.
I got nothing.
All right, stand there. Frostbite. The hook horror is right near the ledge. So is Greenie and the downed bat and Tzi'jixk.
I'm gonna use Ray of Frost on it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Yeah, you'll connect. You've been rolling pretty damn well so far. All right, that's 2 points of cold damage, and it's slowed, which might help.
Yeah. But
Speed's reduced by 10. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you blast it with an icy energy, and it kind of crystallizes a little bit and slows the movement. Treetop, it's your move. Hook horror is right there by the ledge.
All right, I'm gonna go reckless attack.
Okay.
And
you're just swinging at it?
And then I'm gonna swing at it with my great axe.
Damn. Give me a swing. Oh, no!
And I still miss.
Oh, no, Treetop, swing and a whiff. The
rough
axe.
turn.
Well, it's weird, right? Treetop was the MVP getting everyone across the thing, but now in the fight, for some reason, the
I
axe
just
got
can't
what it
hit
used to.
that dang thing.
Swing and a whiff. Tzi'jixk, it's your move. At the start of your turn, the heroism happens, right?
Yes.
Because the bat's going on your turn, so the bat kind of like wakes up and is conscious with 2 temp HP.
Well, I will do lay on pause for 10 hit points.
Excellent. So the bat is now conscious.
Welcome back,
actually,
friend.
it has more than that.
I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. Now let's get this thing over the edge and make sure that it can't hurt anyone like you ever again.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn, though?
Yeah, my action is lay on pause.
Yep.
So a little bit of a rally cry. Unless the bat can do anything.
No, I can't, unfortunately. All right, so the hook horror is going to go. It's going to take a swing at you, Greenie.
Wow.
It gets a 25.
Yeah, that
You got hooked for 13 piercing.
that misses.
Oh, wow, cool. And then one coming at you, Treetop, an 18. Oh, for 15 piercing damage.
That's half, right? Because I'm raging.
That's true. It's only 7 piercing damage to you. As you shrug off most of the hit, Greenie, it's a pretty rough looking. Blood just. And Greenie, it's your move.
The hell you, foul creature?
Can you roll me a con saving throw, actually, Greenie, to see if you retain your concentration
Oh.
on Thunderous Smite?
Alright,
What you do?
We Gucci.
All right. Oh, you hit with the rapier.
Oh, well, oh,
A
okay.
lot of damage.
It takes, wow, I maxed out that. So 13 plus the Thunderous Smite damage, which
Gotta roll
is,
strength
Jesus
saving throw,
Christ, so plus another 12.
Well, it doesn't get the dueling.
Oh, yeah, no it doesn't.
And is it half
Another
damage
10.
if it succeeds, or?
No, I think it's just not pushed if it succeeds.
Well, it does succeed, unfortunately, but man, that's a booming hit. The Thunderous Smite echoes throughout the cavern, and the hook horror reels, very injured, but still fighting. Is that the end of your move, Greenie? Greenie with the retributive strike.
Ow. Push it off.
Frostbyte with your move.
You know what? I'll rush at it and try to shove it off.
Oh, you're running up. Excellent. You rush forward and go to push it with all of your spidery arms. Go ahead and make a strength athletics check.
Alright.
Oh no, you can't. Even with one of its worst possible rolls, it digs its hooks in and kind of like makes a horrible clicking hiss at you. And it will not move. All right, Frostbite, you're up next to it now too. Treetop.
Oh, yeah, good. Someone else get hit.
All right.
Treetop, it's your move.
Still raging and reckless attack, and I'm going to take another swing. I'm getting really upset here.
You're like, I gotta hit this thing.
Oh,
Oh,
14,
no!
I'm missing again.
I'm so sorry, Treetop. You swing, and it ting off the shell, and the hook horror screams out in anger, but is not injured. Tzi'jixk, it's your move. The
Now
Hokora's on its
nursing at my axe saying, what is wrong with you?
No!
Same as before. I'd like to see if the bat can pull this off, quite literally.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're going right in with the bat. Cool. I don't think you need to roll animal handling anymore. The bat trusts you. So go ahead and roll me that d20 plus 2, and I'm going to roll for the Hokora. I'll let you roll first. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The Hokora just will not budge. It makes a horrible, scream and click. And then it will swing again at the bat. Critically missing.
Oh, yeah, now you fail.
And then it will swing at... Who hit it the hardest last... Well, I guess you were the last person to try and push it, Frostbyte, so it swings at you. For 25. For 11 piercing damage, you get hooked. And Greenie, we're back on you.
I'm gonna kick it.
You're gonna try and push it?
Yeah.
Everyone's trying. There's a lot of blood going everywhere up in this battle here.
Oh, die, you foul creature. Oh, shit.
It doesn't move. You kick off of it and you just kind of fall back onto the platform, and it doesn't move. Is that the end of your turn, Greenie?
Yeah.
Okay. Frostbite. What's your move? You just got hooked for 11 damage.
I'm gonna try shoving it again.
Okay, you're trying to push it? Everyone's trying to push the thing off the edge strategy. All right, go
Yeah.
ahead and roll.
Alright. Let's hope
Someone's got to succeed eventually, right?
Yeah.
It's athletic. Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
Oh, yeah! Frostbite, you grab it and throw it off the side, and it, falls backwards, and is teetering on the edge. It's going to fall right at the beginning of its next turn, but it's going to fall off at the beginning of its next turn. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Frostbite? You can run away if you'd like.
I will definitely run away.
Yeah, you back off after shoving it.
Yeah.
Treetop, you want to take one last swing before it falls?
No, I'm going to go over and punch it in its nose.
You just got to punch it! Can you also roll me an athletics check then just to punch it?
You have advantage.
You have advantage.
Oh,
A critical punch. What is your strength modifier?
It is 2.
All right, so you punch it in the face for 6 points of damage, and it's teetering on the edge, about to fall off, desperately injured. Tzi'jixk, you're the last to go before it falls. What's your move? Do you want to just let it fall, or do you want to try and hit it one last time?
I'm just gonna try and pull it off.
Oh,
I know it's going to,
fall.
but
okay. You want to guarantee it?
I will somehow give it super disadvantage. I want to make sure that it's no longer a threat.
Yeah, absolutely. So you just go over and you just give it one last kind of kick, and it tumbles off the side, head over heel, so to speak, and disappears into the darkness below.
Bye, Felicia.
How'd you know its name was Felicia?
I just told you this.
But yeah, and you find yourselves now just standing up on this platform.
Oh, I'm gonna lay on hands myself.
Okay. The Hokora defeated.
Oh, time to change light bulb.
The bat is kind of standoffish, but doesn't seem to hate you.
I'm gonna go over and grab one of the crystals.
Okay, yeah. I mean, outside of the thing, it's pretty easy. So you go, you pick it up, move over, you put it down, you screw it back in, and with the final, there's a click, and light flows forward, and you can see shining out along the cavern. You are at the top of this cavern. There's a bit of this platform hanging down from the ceiling, and looking along the sides, this entire cavern appears to be plated in silver, reflecting the light brilliantly. And yeah, as you look over the edge of the cavern, you see below you a gleaming city of silver. Small little structures all over the place. You see tiny little dwarves hundreds of feet below coming out of their houses and cheering. And yeah, you have saved the day.
The
You have
first one.
Huh?
Frostbyte, is this place like your worst nightmare? Being a werebird?
Frostbyte
I'd
says
have to
nothing.
climb back down.
Yeah, you take a breather, Treetop. Tzi'jixk, you seem to have found a new bat friend. And
Oh no, maybe we should have killed that thing up here. I think it crushed someone's house.
looking down. Oh, yeah, it did. The crystal definitely smashed someone's house.
Not the crystal, I meant the hooker.
That's what I meant. The core.
Although I did throw the crystal off too, so.
Oh, 2 houses.
it just slips, shards of glass everywhere.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we just set
how-
off a bomb.
The crystal shattered when it hit the cap.
How strong do you think that bat is? Can it carry us all down?
Yeah,
I
it's
can
a
probably
very
just
strong
walk
bat.
down.
Yeah, Frostbite, you have no problem walking back down, but the bat can kind of ferry you guys along. You probably have to go, like, alone, Treetop, because you're so heavy. But the bat can take the small characters all at once. And yes, you are brought down to a giant silver ziggurat in the center of the town, atop which stands a large silver dwarf statue. You are greeted and paraded through the city by King Cragjaw Silverbeard, who congratulates you for your efforts and pays each of you 100 Bartholomew bucks. You've also earned a point of experience, and congratulations, you've completed this adventure. Good job, guys.
Yay.
I need to get a new, definitely a new braid axe.
Yeah, maybe we want to replace that. Sharpen the blade a little bit.
Yes.
But yeah, thanks for playing, guys. I hope you had a good time.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yes, that was pretty fun.